Moving on to our third album, Niall Horan.
Niall Horan. Thank you for pronouncing that.
Heartbreak Weather. One of pop artists that we do pop. We do popular artists on this podcast.
Yeah.
We do pop.
A One Directioner,
right? Yes, I was going to say, the One Directioner who can fucking make music. Thank you, Niall. Because we did Liam Payne last year, and I wanted to gouge my eyes out.
That was the pain station.
That was the pain station where I literally I think it'd be easier for me to listen to this with screwdrivers in my ears connected to lightning bolts. But no, Niall, I've liked his music before. A lot of his stuff is usually more acoustic, more relying on his voice, which he has a fantastic voice, so you can do that.
And it's been more folksy in the past.
Yeah, a little bit. He's not your traditional pop art, like your Ariana Grande, stuff like that.
Not as traditional.
Like, I should say, like, the musicality of it, if it makes sense.
Again, not as.
Yeah.
I would still say this is very poppy, and at times annoyingly poppy, but we'll continue.
We'll continue. Anyways, I like the first two tracks a lot. Actually, first three tracks a lot. Heartbreak Weather, the title track. It sounds like if you mixed the 1975 A Choice Event for that opening track.
Absolutely,
because
I got a lot of...
it sounded like It's Not Living If It's Not With You, that style, that 80s groove funk guitar stuff, but with the pop production of Troye Sivan. So two artists that I genuinely like a lot, actually. And into a song, I'm like, this is kind of cool.
It creates a soundscape of like music, like I've described this before. It's a sound that almost like hugs your ears because it encompasses all of the available sound that can possibly be there.
Yeah. And that's a good opening track for it because I go, okay, this gives me hope. Let me see what happens. Black and White, it's a good song. It's also like the whole theme of this album, another album based on love, based on a storytelling from top to bottom of a story of somebody, different relationships, meeting people, whatever, like all of the ups and downs of a relationship. Black and White, fantastic. I really like the production of it. Dear Patience, I like that one a lot too. Bend the Rules is okay. Small Talk is a fucking banger. That's probably my favorite song on this album.
Small Talk is a decent song,
it's
but
fun. I really like it.
The reason I didn't like it specifically is because I knew what it was trying to do.
You know exactly what it's going to do. You know it's what it's trying to do.
I knew that this was going to be like, okay, I'm pop dude from the boy band who's decided to go solo, so I'm going to make that one song that's still kind of boy bandy, but it's about love and getting down.
Well, he's made a lot of stuff before, so he's had his solo career for a minute.
I know he's had he has had his career for a little bit, but I guess like my criticism that is like eking out into this, it's fun because I get to play the devil's advocate like you were doing with Lucifer.
Exactly.
But it's like I see that he's trying to be like the pop artist that like ticks the boxes as to like what you put on a pop album as a hit.
It is 100% that.
Because I saw that, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fall for your bullshit. I did actually like the song next to that, the one right after it, Nice to Meet You.
Nice to Meet You is good too.
I felt it was not as shameless as Small Talk and trying to be like an obvious love song, but also had a lot of like instrumental uniqueness to it that allowed me to like it and go, okay, you're not just another One Directioner. It at least got me past that bar in the album. Nice to meet you.
For me, because you know me, I'm the anti-pop guy. Like I fucking hate pop because it's really boring. You can predict most of it. There's like Small Talk, you could definitely predict it, but I think it was the production of it. It didn't feel corny. Because I think that's my problem with most pop work is it's corny. Like Troye Sivan, the reason why I like him because his stuff, it feels real. And then Niall's stuff, I'm like, okay, this is an album, like a pop album I haven't heard in a while that I genuinely like because it feels like the emotion doesn't
real as opposed to manufactured.
Yeah, not like that super manufactured pop that you hear in a lot of pop artists. But I think there's now where even big artists like this, they're starting to get the gist of it. Like we need to push the boundary, push it a little bit more. Still make it because obviously people love this genre. It's going to be here to stay. That's why sellouts arenas and other shit. Because you got Taylor Swift who does the same, but she's starting to even do a little bit better with her music. Like with her latest release, the people are they're.
Starting to realize that standard pop doesn't cut it.
Exactly, because like that was my whole thing, Ariana Grande. Even though I have a leash that I will always stay on this podcast about, but like her stuff felt so manufactured when she released the album that we critiqued that. But now I think the past about year, people are getting more onto it and stuff of we need to change it. Billie Eilish was the one that just like kicked down the doors and said, look at this shit. It's weird. I don't even sing half the time, but people like it. So now more pop artists are doing that. And Niall's one of those where if this is what standard pop it is going to sound like moving on, I'm actually for it. I'm like, because it's not. It's there's stuff that obviously you're gonna have issues with pop music in general, but it's one of those where I can listen to this and very much enjoy it. There are a couple songs in here that I genuinely like a lot. Small Talk's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I would 100%
Still's also good. The last there's only one song I didn't like on here. Fuck. Which one was it? I think it was Cross Your Mind or Everywhere. I gotta double check.
Oh yeah, so it wasn't New Angel, because that was one of the few I actually did like.
No, New Angel's good. The last 4 songs, New Angel, No Judgment, San Francisco, and Still, I liked. But there's one song around there that I was like, oh crap, here we go. This is the overgeneralized pop song but there's only one that stuck out on the album like that. The rest were unique enough to where I can listen to it and genuinely enjoy it, which is saying something.
Yeah. If like you were saying earlier, and Heartbreak Weather by Niall Horan is like the gold standard for what pop is, if I can go back and say, the thing I hate about Niall Horan's album is that it sounds too generic, it's too poppy, then that will be a good thing to say about pop music, because this is definitely not generic pop music. But it's good. But that's the problem. There's a lot of room for like experimentation and improvement.
Oh, there is. Because we've been, again, like I said with trap, we got spoiled by 21. With pop, we've been spoiled by so much music last year.
We've been spoiled by
Billie Eilish.
Not just Billie Eilish, but like the people who like kind of dipped into pop music for their like ideals. Like I'm gonna maybe take a jump and say like Little Dragon is doing this.
Little Dragon, Troye Sivan. You could go with a bunch of Charlie XCX.
Yes.
Exactly. There's artists that now are huge and they're pushing the boundaries. So we've been spoiled. But I think those people are making it so much harder to make that general pop to where now everybody's being pushed forward.
Right. So general pop doesn't quite do it anymore.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. And this is, to me, the very first sign that that artists are listening to the times and actually making good music, even if it's not your cup of tea. I mean, for the pop genre.
Absolutely.
Because then you have people who make god fucking awful music, and we love talking about that shit, because then that's when we got No Chill Islands, that's when we get bleeped. So anyways...
We haven't done a No Chill Island in a minute for the sake of my career, but
for the sake of our careers,
we have it in mind. We know that we haven't done one in a minute.
I know an album that will definitely make me say things. But anyways, because we have The Weeknd will be coming out with an album pretty soon, so that'll be another one.
Fuckboy, The Weeknd.
A super fuckboy. But his 2 singles that he put out were fantastic, because I was saying people are actually pushing the envelope now. I'm like, oh, people listen to Audioface.
I encourage difference.
I encourage it. So anyways, with our arbitrary scale, this is NHL season being canceled or postponed right before playoffs. Like you got a month, then you got playoffs.
No, you want to know what this is? This is who's the player on the Penguins who was injured?
But yeah. So Jake Gensel got injured, right? Like he's got a separated shoulder. He hasn't been able to play for 4 months, but he's supposed to. He may get slated to play back in April. So because of the coronavirus, it's actually going to help the Penguins, because if the season gets postponed and he's back by the time we still have regular season games left, then we're going to be even stronger, which is hilarious.
Which is why I want to compare that to this album, which is because of things that are completely out of Niall Horan's control. This might actually end up being like a good album contemporarily to whatever else we're comparing to pop.
It really, But also the Penguins are going really hard, because they are paying all of their workers that aren't being able to work at the PPG Paints Arena.
No. Shout out to all of the people in sports, whether it's individual team organizations or individual players. Like,
some players are like, I know Sergey
Zion in the NBA,
NBA.
The Pelicans. He's like decided to pay off all the people who do concessions at the Pelicans arena they play at New Orleans. Great job.
Sergey Bobrovsky, the goalie for Florida, who I think is a very overrated goalie, but he's a chill human. He donated like $100,000.
He stacks paper.
He signed a fat fucking contract. I think Florida is regretting it. But he's giving money to all of the people who work at the Florida arena, which is hilarious because I have like 3 fans. But anyways,